The adventure of learning English. In a small town, there lived a young man named Alex. Alex had always been curious about the world beyond his town. He dreamed of traveling to new places, meeting people from different cultures, and learning new languages. However, there was one thing holding him back: his English wasn't very strong. Alex had learned some English in school, but he rarely had the chance to practice speaking. Whenever he tried to speak English, he felt nervous and often struggled to find the right words. He knew that if he wanted to travel and meet new people, he needed to improve his English speaking skills. One day, Alex decided to take the first step toward his dream. He walked to the town library, where he often went to read and learn new things. This time, he looked for books and materials that could help him with his English. After searching through the shelves, he found a book titled Everyday English Conversations. It was filled with simple dialogues and phrases that people use in daily life. Alex borrowed the book and began reading it every day. He practiced the sentences out loud, even if it felt strange at first. He would stand in front of the mirror and pretend he was talking to someone. "Good morning. How are you today?" he would say, imagining that he was greeting a new friend. As the days passed, Alex's confidence grew. He decided it was time to practice his English with real people. One Saturday morning, he went to the town's open-air market. It was a busy place, full of vendors selling fruits, vegetables, and other goods. Alex had always been a little shy in crowded places, but today was different. He was determined to practice his English. At one of the stalls, an elderly woman was selling apples. Alex approached her with a smile. "Good morning," he said, carefully pronouncing each word. "How much are these apples?" The woman smiled back and replied, "Good morning. They are $2 for a pound." Alex nodded and said, "I would like 1 pound, please." As the woman weighed the apples and handed them to Alex, she asked, "Are you learning English?" "Yes," Alex replied. "I'm practicing every day. It's a little difficult, but I want to get better." The woman nodded encouragingly. "You're doing very well. The more you practice, the easier it will become. Keep going." This small conversation gave Alex a boost of confidence. He continued to practice at the market, chatting with other vendors and customers. He asked questions like, "Where is the bakery?" and "Do you sell fresh bread?" Each interaction helped him improve his speaking skills. As weeks turned into months, Alex began to see real progress. He no longer felt nervous when speaking English. In fact, he started to enjoy it. He looked for more opportunities to practice. At the cafe, he would order his coffee in English. At the bookstore, he would ask the clerk for recommendations in English. Even at home, he would talk to himself in English, describing his day or making plans for the future. One day, while browsing online, Alex discovered a website where people from around the world could practice languages with each other. It was an exciting opportunity. He could talk to native English speakers and learn more about different cultures at the same time. Alex signed up and soon found himself chatting with people from all over the world, places like Canada, Australia, and the United States. The conversation started with simple topics, like favorite foods or hobbies, but gradually became more complex. Alex was thrilled to learn about new cultures and share stories about his own life in the small town. One of his favorite language partners was a woman named Emma from England. Emma was patient and kind, and she loved sharing stories about her travels. She told Alex about the beautiful castles in Scotland, the busy streets of London, and the peaceful countryside of Wales. Alex, in turn, told Emma about his town, the open-air market, and how he had started learning English. He even shared the story of his first conversation at the market. Emma was impressed by his progress and encouraged him to keep practicing. As the months passed, Alex's English improved dramatically. He could hold conversations with ease, express his thoughts clearly, and even tell jokes in English. His dream of traveling the world no longer seemed so distant. One day, Alex received an invitation from Emma. She was planning a trip to France and asked if Alex would like to join her. She knew how much he loved exploring new places and thought it would be a great opportunity for him to practice his English even more. Excited and a little nervous, Alex accepted the invitation. It would be his first trip outside his country, and he couldn't wait to experience it. The trip to France was everything Alex had dreamed of. He visited famous landmarks like the Eiffel Tower, tried delicious French pastries, and practiced his English with travelers from all over the world. Emma was a wonderful travel companion, and together they made memories that Alex would cherish forever. By the end of the trip, Alex realized how far he had come. The young man who once felt nervous about speaking English was now confidently exploring the world, making friends, and learning new things every day. He knew that his journey was just beginning and that there were many more adventures ahead. All it took was a decision to start practicing, a little bit of courage, and the belief that he could achieve his dream. This longer story is designed to inspire and encourage learners to practice their English in everyday situations, showing them that consistent practice can lead to significant improvement and open up new opportunities. The Cafe Conversation. One sunny afternoon, Sarah decided to visit a new cafe in her neighborhood. She had heard that the cafe had a cozy atmosphere and served the best coffee in town. Sarah was excited because she wanted to practice her English by ordering coffee and talking to the staff. As she entered the cafe, Sarah noticed the warm light, the smell of freshly brewed coffee, and the soft music playing in the background. She felt a bit nervous, but was determined to use her English. Sarah approached the counter and smiled at the barista, a friendly-looking young man. He greeted her with a smile and asked, "What can I get for you today?" Sarah took a deep breath and replied, "I would like a cup of coffee, please." She was careful to speak slowly and clearly. The barista nodded and asked, "Would you like it with milk and sugar?" Sarah thought for a moment and then said, "Yes, please. I'd like a little bit of milk and 1 spoon of sugar." The barista prepared her coffee quickly. As he handed it to her, he asked, "Is there anything else you need?" Sarah smiled and said, "No, that's all. Thank you very much." She found a seat by the window and enjoyed her coffee, feeling proud of herself for using English to order. As she sipped her drink, she overheard a conversation between 2 people sitting nearby. They were talking about their weekend plans. One person said, "I'm going to the park on Saturday. I like to walk there and relax." The other person replied, "That sounds nice. I'm going to visit my friend. We're going to have lunch together." Listening to their conversation gave Sarah more ideas for practicing her English. She thought about how she could talk about her own weekend plans.